everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Poor Man's Bonsai. Today I'm going to be doing a Cape Honeysuckle into this pot. I got this at a nursery, I think for $3. Yeah, it's a nursery I found on Craigslist and they were doing this crazy sale. I believe I paid $3 for this. Look at that, that looks so cool. I don't really know what style I'm going to do yet, but we will see. And this I got at a nursery, either in LA, Chinatown maybe, or in the nursery a couple towns over, I think it's Mount Fuji Nursery, probably maybe $7 or $8, so we're probably looking at around $12 for this whole setup. Let's do it. So I got this cool glazed pot, and it's one of the shallower kinds. I like that, maybe about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. And I don't know, they look really cool when they've got a plant in them. So the Cape Honeysuckle, the reason why I got this is because I really like how the trunk structure goes up and veers out and comes back over. You can probably see it better at that angle. Now it's got those really weird long branch coming down here that goes way out. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll pot it, maybe trim it a little bit, and then we'll figure out what to do with it. Yeah, let's give it a go.
Now, the scientific name for the Cape Honeysuckle is Tecoma capensis. They're native to southern Africa, and one of the things I love so much about this plant is that they give off these brilliant, beautiful, bright orange, sometimes reddish flowers that attract all sorts of birds and butterflies, and especially hummingbirds. Now, they've since been introduced to California, and honestly, it's hard to drive around my town and not notice these things in lots of people's front yards. They sprawl really well, they crawl up trees, crawl up walls, and they do well here, so I'm hoping mine does well also.
My wife got me this awesome root pick. She got me a couple others too, but man, they are so useful. So I got a lot of the dirt off, and I got a good amount of roots, which is the pot we're going in. And I kept them moist, been keeping the roots moist. And so I'm gonna trim back some of these roots. The roots look really healthy in here, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now I might be not doing enough, or I might be doing too much, but I am gonna try to play it safe. I've seen guys prune quite a bit more back than this, but again, I'm going to try to play it safe just because I don't want to lose the plant. And it's also not the ideal time to be repotting. We're at the beginning of fall here, or late summer. Is it fall yet? I don't know. But I don't want to stress a plant out as much. You know, obviously for most plants, early spring is probably the ideal time to do it. Back, you know, before all the new buds and new growth starts happening for the year, but yeah, so I couldn't wait till then, so here we are. Now for my pot, I want to show you guys, you always want to do the screens over the holes, over the drainage holes, so that you don't lose soil every time you water. Well, I ran out of the plastic, like the hard plastic mesh that I normally like to use, so I used some of the this shade mesh that I have over part of my little gravel backyard, and just cut it into a couple squares. I'm gonna, you know, hold them in place with the wire that I'm gonna use to hold the plant in place. So anyway, there's that. Doesn't have to look pretty. It's gonna be hidden under soil. So all right. So next we're gonna put our soil in the pot and then wire the tree down. So for soil, I'm doing kind of a general potting soil, but mixed in with with like lava rock grit that I got. I got this at a bonsai nursery. I got a big bag of it, so it'll probably last me a long time. Yeah, I'm mixing it in with the soil just to give it, good drainage, and these plants, like I was saying earlier, do so well in California, which is a dry, hot climate. So having that soil be able to drain well is probably beneficial for it. So yeah, let's get the tree in the pot. So I'm having a little trouble deciding what I want as the front, and some trimming might help me decide that a little easier. But I don't know. I think for now I'll have this be the front where I look at it like that. But I can always change my mind. That's the nice thing about it. So all you have to do is turn it. So I'm going to stick this in here. Start putting in our soil. And because the tree angles up like this and out, I don't want to put it all the way out here. It won't look right having it hang out there. I don't want it exactly in the middle. I kind of want it a little bit off to the right, so that it looks nice. It kind of gives the space, open space here, and then open space underneath here, and then it kind of covers at an angle and then goes back. So to get that balance. Need to get a little bit more soil going. Okay, I got some more soil made, and again, want to just kind of make sure the tree is in the right position that you want it. There's lots of techniques that I've seen on getting the soil evenly dispersed. Now, almost always when you put the tree in, or I'll just say always, when you put the tree in, you're going to have this space in between all the roots. And so one of the best tools that is commonly used among bonsai enthusiasts is a chopstick, because you can get it down, it's thin and straight, and you can get it down in between all the roots and push soil into all that empty space. You don't want empty space and all of that, because you want the roots to be able to find dirt and the nutrients right away. And also too, if there's empty space when you go to water, then you're gonna see all these holes, and the dirt's gonna go sliding down into the gaps. And that's another thing you want to avoid. So yeah, just go around all the roots. Make sure you got soil pressed in all of it evenly. And add in some more soil. So now another important thing you want to do when repotting is the wiring. I talked just very briefly about it earlier, how I was holding in the mesh with it, but you do this because when you repot a tree, the roots haven't expanded and tightened in the pot, and because it's such a shallow pot, and your tree might be top heavy, there's a good chance that an accident could knock it right out of the pot. And so you want to wire it down and cover over the roots and just keep the tree nice and secure, so that you have a lot lower risk of making the tree lose his home. It'd be a tragedy. Tragic tree. That was bad. So, can't find my pliers, but we'll get to it. Well, that was fun. I couldn't find my pliers, so I had to do it with my fingers. It's all good. We got it in. Tap it. Tree's pretty sturdy. I'm not expecting too many things to happen. We've got this pesky cat that, like, every once in a while wanders around our carport, and, like, especially when we use fish fertilizer to fertilize plants, oh gosh, that thing is like sniffing and digging and just being annoying. But hopefully that won't happen. I don't hate cats, this cat in particular is bugging. Whoa. So now that the wire is in place, you want to cut the excess off. And I like to try to bury it in the dirt just because I don't like seeing it. It takes away the natural look of it. And then I'm actually going to put a tiny bit more soil just on top of the area. Now, where I live in Southern California, it's really hard to get the moss effect to go on top of the dirt. It looks so cool, but it's so hard to keep it alive, at least for me. I don't have like a greenhouse. I don't have I mean, I guess I could come out and mist it like all the time. It's just so dry here, and you hardly ever see it growing in the wild unless you're going up to like the mountains or areas that get a lot more moisture, or I mean really shaded areas that the sprinklers are running a lot and don't get a lot of sun. You'll see that occasionally on the side of a house, but yeah, it's hard. I've tried getting the moss to stay, but it is hard to do it. So kudos to you if you live in California and you made it work. So this is what we have so far. I'm already really liking it. Now what I'm going to do is water it, because yeah, you don't want the roots to go without water very long when you're repotting. So I'm going to go water it, and yeah, I'll show you that. I got this really terrible hose head that it's like even the mist setting on it is like painful to feel on your skin. So I usually put it on that, on like unscrewed a bunch so that it's not very powerful, and just let it fall over the whole plant, get the leaves and get the dirt, let it soak in really well, and then I might do a little bit of trimming. So let's get to watering.